Hello everyone, good morning to all. Today we'll continue the time series, and today we will move on the second method of finding the estimated value of variable y based on time, that is called as trend value. For that purpose, the second method is the method of least squares. Last time we have discussed the method of graphical way, that is called as graphical diagram method, right, in which we have seen that there is a limitation that if we draw the trend line, then that trend line will not remain same from different person to person, and under that circumstance, with the help of that trend line, we used to estimate the value of the variable y on the basis of any given future given period. So in that case, the estimated value will differ from person to person. That means we cannot find out the reliability of these estimations we have made with the help of the diagram method. So in that case, we are going to use the mathematical technique or mathematical method for the reliability of the estimated values, and such method we have already learned and we have seen in the linear regression also, the last chapter we have completed, right? So the method of least square is the method in which we are going to fit a linear trend, equation of linear trend it is called as. By fitting this equation of linear trend, we can estimate the value of variable y based on time on the basis of this linear trend, right? So that linear equation we are going to learn first. What is this linear equation? Between the time variable yt, right, and the variable t based on time, right? So these are the two variables available. Yt is the variable dependent on time t, right? So on the basis of this, the linear model we can write is just like in the linear regression we have seen. Over here, linear model we can write is this one: yt is equals to alpha plus beta t plus ut, where ut means it is a disturbance variable. This yt, where t is actually the variable based on time. So for time t it is, we can ignore this time, it is not necessary to consider. We'll see that, I will show you that. So yt is equals to alpha plus beta t plus ut, where ut is the disturbance variable, right? The estimated value of yt now can be calculated on the basis of this linear model. Okay, that linear equation which we are going to use, linear equation for trend or of trend, is this one. After ignoring that t, okay, the y cap is equals to a plus bt. Instead of yt cap, I used only y cap. Y cap is equals to a plus bt, okay, where a and b are the constants which we have to find out, and t is the time. T is what? A time. Instead of x in the last chapter we have used that x is independent variable. Over here independent variable is time t, so that I have used over here, and y is the dependent variable, its estimated value we are finding. So I have wrote over here as y cap where dependent variable is y for the independent variable t. Now this constant a and b can be calculated with the help of methods of least square. Like first one, there is only one formula we have available in this chapter, there is no other formula we are going to use. We can create other formula also, but we are not going to use that formula. If it is necessary, then only we'll use it, but that I will show you if it is there in the short sums. But actually there is only one formula available to calculate b. What is that? That xy formula we have seen in the linear regression, and sum of ty. Instead of that, over there it was xy minus sum of t into sum of y. So sum of x into sum of t. We have used sum of t instead of sum of x divided by n sum of t square minus sum of t the whole square. In the denominator we used to write the variance of independent variable. T is our independent variable, variance means without the root sign, right? So n sum of t square minus sum of t the whole square, and A is equals to what we have? Y bar minus B t bar. Y bar minus B x bar. In the linear regression we have seen, instead of x bar over here we have to take t bar. Y bar minus B t bar. And t bar means what? Sum of t upon n, or sometimes t values are not available. So in that case, how many years information is available, that number of observations which is provided to, that is also used. So n plus 1 divided by 2 is the other way to calculate the t bar. Both are same. By both the ways you will get the same answer. I will show you in 1 or 2 sums to confirm the formula is correct or not. Okay, y bar is sum of y upon n. Y bar is what? Sum of y upon n. Okay, and n means the number of observations. So this is what your method of least square. All of you have to write this method of least square. So again I am showing you on your screen method second. Okay, and then you have to copy this in your classwork book. So I am going to keep it, hold it over here for some time, 1 or 2 minutes, so you can write the method, or else you take the screenshot and then also you can write the method. Okay, whatever if is convenient for you, you can use that method. Then this is the last part. After this we will move on the calculation of trend value y cap using the given information. Before that we will discuss about the merits, that is called as advantages and disadvantages of this method, and then we'll move on the exercise. Okay, now see the merits or advantages. We'll discuss it from the book. It is available. That first one, this method is absolutely mathematical and hence the future estimates do not change subjectively with the person. As in the previous method, the estimates can change from person to person, as they used to draw this estimate trend line with the help of their own knowledge. So in that case the value of trend can change, but in this method we are using mathematical method where we are going to use some formula based on the method, and that formula only will help us to calculate the answer. So that is why from person to person estimates will not change. Then the trend estimates can be obtained by this method for each of the given values of t. Yes, so the trend value we can find out. The trend value we can find out for each and every time t which is available with the help of this method. Okay, the trend estimates can also be obtained for estimated period, as the trend values are obtained using an equation. For example, the trend estimates for the period in the center of the second and the third year can be found by taking t is equals to 2.5. That means what? It is not like this that for exact period only we can calculate the trend. We can calculate the trend for any odd period also, or in between the two period available. For that also the trend can be calculated. So that will be very much helpful to calculate the this method is very much helpful to calculate the trend value. Okay, now its limitation. This method requires extensive calculation to find the trend. That means what? That calculation is required in this method. So if a person is having a knowledge about this calculation, then only the person can able to calculate it. Otherwise it is not possible. The reliability of the estimated values obtained by this method is less if an appropriate type of trend curve and its suitable equation is not fitted. See, the reliability is less if the equation is not fitted properly. Suitable equation means the equation should be properly according to the given information available, then only it can be reliable if estimated values are calculated, otherwise it is not reliable. So these are the merits and demerits of the linear trend method or methods of least square. Now we'll move on the exercise about this least square method. Okay, that is exercise 4.2. We'll move on, where we are going to see some questions regarding this method, and then afterwards the third method is there, method of moving average. That also we'll see. That is very simple one. This method, that is method of least square, is actually the same method which you have studied in the last chapter, only instead of variable x, over here variable t available. That is only the difference. Okay, so that we will see how we can calculate it. Okay.